You know what? I really don't know. We've been really fortunate not to really have any really serious injuries. You know, I've been hurt a lot, but I've never been hurt structurally. I've only been like cut and bashed up and shit, but I've never had like a knee or a hip or something crazy like that get fucked up. And we've all been really lucky in that regard. And we're really excited about playing together. Like, we really have a genuine excitement for playing and performing and this music. And when we're playing this music, it really still feels real to me. It feels like very exciting. And there's never a time on stage where we are, you know, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be fucking doing this. This sucks. This music is boring to me. I don't want to run around like a gorilla. Like, this is exciting to me. And I think when the day comes that the music isn't exciting anymore, we'll just stop doing it. It's not like this is the only thing we can do in our lives. If I could make more money fucking being a mailman or a garbage man than we could make in this band, you know? So it's like, we do this because we love it, and we still really love the music, and we feel like we enjoy playing together. You know?
Our plans for the future is, well, after this we have time off. We're going to continue the Warped Tour until the end. We have 6 weeks off, which I'm hoping I'm going to do some clinic tours with my friend Matt Halpern from Periphery, where we're starting to plan something like that. And then we go to Europe for 6 weeks, and that's pretty much it. And after Christmas, we're going to start another headlining U.S. tour.
I mean, we haven't really thought about it.
Not so much.
We're about 50% of the way through this touring cycle. Once I'm sure when we take that time off, those 6 weeks in August and September.
We've already started ideas, you know what I mean? Because we have time to jam at soundcheck, and we already, like, in our head, like, we already kind of like, whoa, that sounds cool. We'll have a little recorder. We log our ideas, so that's basically like, when Option Paralysis came together, I came into the band new. You know what I mean? So before that, Ben and all these other dudes, they already had like kind of something that was carrying over. You know what I mean? And like I had like little bits and samples of like things that Ben would program on Reason and stuff. And Ben's always off in the background programming stuff. So the album's being written. We might not necessarily be conscious of it. You know what I mean?
Accumulating stuff over time.
Yeah, but over time, like we definitely have little ingredients, little parts, and like stuff that excites us, and like we most certainly have intentions of doing something cool with it.
When we have time off, like when we get done the album cycle and we take stock of everything, we're gonna have a bunch of little seeds, you know what I mean, to try to grow from. So that's the thing. Yeah, there's no real rules. As long as it's exciting to you, it doesn't matter to me whether the idea is 6 months old or 5 minutes old. Or I think as long as everyone's psyched about it, that's really the main thing. If it's 6 months old and I'm not excited about it anymore, then we'll let it go. You know, or if you jam in a room and come up with 10 good ideas, that's just as valuable. You know, so I really don't think there's any real rule or guideline. This last time was pretty different for us because we had the album title ahead of time, and it kind of influenced our writing a little bit, whereas in the past the album title was always the final thing. Well, actually it came from Liam. Liam was reading a book, and they were referring to the idea of option paralysis as being like like when you have so many choices that you're paralyzed, you can't make any. And we had been talking about that concept as a band, not knowing that there was a technical term for it, that there was some sort of like maybe like a cultural freeze going on, you know, and you know, everyone talks about like a financial recession, but it seems as if we're also in somewhat of a cultural recession where there's not like any strong direction. Most big bands are really old bands. There's nothing new. There's no explosive movement. There's no like there's no punk. There's no thrash metal. There's no grunge. There's no big like fucking movement, you know. And it seems like this is the first time, at least in my lifetime, where it feels like things are really stagnant on like the creative front. It's like technology is fucking moving really quickly, and you know, I think in some ways there's things in the world that are rapidly evolving, but as far as art goes, it seems things are pretty, you know, not knowing where to go, really tame, really homogenized in a way.
Maybe musically.
Music.
Yeah,
that's more of our realm. I think in other fields, like film and visual art, I think they're moving faster. But musically seems to be just regurgitating old ideas and old bands and bringing back dinosaurs, and bands are reforming because there's nothing else going on, you know. So
that doesn't necessarily mean that there's not great music out there. It's just there's no means to actually find the great music because of all the options that are available to us and are like so accessible. You know what I mean?
There's a sea of shit out there.
It's constantly being shoved in everyone's faces every day. The second you log onto your computer, you know what I mean? you see like at least 5,000 advertisements a day subconsciously, and you don't even realize it.
There's
So
8 million
if you're
YouTube videos,
seeing
8 million
5,000
MySpace pages, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You see a band, blah blah blah. Someone's trying. People are out here with their headphones. You know what I mean? Trying to get people listening to music, trying anything they can. And that's the
barrage,
thing.
you know?
There's just so much out there, and when there's too much, because everyone has an MBox, everyone has a Pro Tools system. Anyone can make a song and have a band, have a MySpace page, and then just put it up there. You know what I mean? Now there's just so much of it, and
it's like a reinforcing.
There is a fraction that is amazing.
Yeah, totally. But
That's the thing.
It's a self-reinforcing loop too, though, man, because all those things that are barraging you it reinforces your ADD. Everyone's got ADD, you know, like basically it's and you know that combined with our attention spans getting shorter and shorter and shorter. It's really tough to even get people to listen to 20 seconds of anything because you can just go next, and just go through 8 million bands without ever really taking the time to sit down and really absorb something. So it's a weird time. I think it's really interesting. It's actually really exciting. I don't think it's depressing. I just think it's interesting. You know,
Great. And that's why a band like us, you really impact people more so on the live spectrum than just like trying to get out there and like blah 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 and all this publicity and stuff. Like that's good if that can get people to see us live, then that's the impact.
totally.
You know, then people go and buy the records. They see us live, they're like that band's rad. I'm gonna go buy all their records.
we just started our own label just because it just made more sense from us from a kind of a quality control standpoint to just try to internalize everything as much as possible. You know, record labels are a necessary evil in some ways, you know, and we had been in a very traditional record contract for 10 years, and we really just wanted to make a public stand of letting people know that we are as D.I.Y. as a band our size could possibly be. Like, we're in charge of every single decision that's made, whether it's a t-shirt design or who we tour with or the bus company that we're using or the type of t-shirt that our shirts are printed on. Every single facet of our band, there's not one single thing that we didn't have say in from the beginning, you know, and that's really rare for a band of our size, and it's very important to us, and it's something that we're very proud of, and we want our fans to know that the Dillinger Escape Plan to us isn't just music and a show, it's the entire thing, and that there's nothing that represents us that we're not a part of, you know. So, and that's really all that's about, is making some sort of public like DIY statement, you know?